Okay, let's bring up the elephant in the room. Did Shaft get a new director for this episode or a new key animator for this episode? Because, what the fuck happened? This was so weird. I'm not used to seeing derps or just any flaws in animation when it comes to Shaft's works, because you guys all know I'm a huge Studio Shaft fangirl. Like, I love all of their works mainly because of their animation and the symbolism. You know, you already know, okay? I don't need to go into that. It's gonna be repetitive. Honestly, what happened? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what exactly happened in the studio during this time? What happened with the episode here? Like, I mean, first off, the first thing that happened that made me question things was the 2-minute and 35-second recap. I was like, wait, Studios Shaft never does this. Ever. I mean, sometimes I do a little recap here and there, but it'll usually last for like, you know, a couple of seconds. Not 2 minutes and 35 seconds, so I was already suspicious when I saw that. And then we get into some just downright horrendous animation when it came to Mr. Smith getting ready and eating, and there was no point to it. I was like, what is this? This never happens. There is always a purpose to every single scene that Shaft animates. What is this? I had no idea what was going on. I was shocked. What happened? I mean, normally when this happens to any other studio, this will only happen for, you know, one episode and things will go back to normal later, which it actually did show within this episode after the whole Mr. Smith half of the episode finished. When we went over to the Ray side of the episode, then things were back to normal, so thank goodness. Hopefully I will never, ever, 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 ever see that again in a Shaft anime. Ever. But anyway, enough about the animation with this episode. Mr. Smith versus Goto, and he knows how Ray feels about him. Not about Goto, but Mr. Smith knows how Ray feels about, you know, himself. How Ray isn't paying too much attention to Mr. Smith and is only preparing for Goto and, you know, his next opponent. And Mr. Smith is just like, oh, so Ray doesn't see me as a threat. He really doesn't think I'm gonna beat Goto. I mean, I guess I understand where he's coming from because, you know, we're both professionals. So Mr. Smith thought about that for a little bit, but then when it came to the actual match with Goto, he ended up losing. Then afterwards, we go into some more silliness with Mr. Smith being, you know, outside, and he's just all like, okay, if I make this can into the trash, then I'll go out drinking. If I don't, then I'll go home and cry. And then it landed in the bushes, and then he found a cute little Neko, and he decides to take the Neko home. So that was the first half of the episode. But with the second half, we go back with Ray and his match, and we find out that the person that he's versing is Harunobu's older brother, and Harunobu told his brother to crush Ray, like, ooh, okay. And then somewhere along the line, during that match, Ray started defending and was protecting, you know, his king, and he wasn't attacking. He wasn't playing on offense, and he's just like, wait, I don't understand. I didn't make any mistakes. When did I start defending? Like, ooh. And then he finally looked up at his opponent and he's just like, oh, now you look at me in the face. Okay, so what happened there? Somewhere along the line, Ray screwed up and just automatically felt the need to defend. But why wasn't he attacking in the first place? Will we ever get that answer? I don't really know. But that was this episode, so let me know your thoughts on it. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.